Hey guys, this is 601 Shadow, your CPC commissioner as well as the coach of the Connecticut Crocodiles, and today we have a very special video where I'm going to be going over the rules and the application for our second ever off season, which we are calling off season 3 because it just goes with season 3 and we didn't have an off season after season 1. So that's why it's technically our second one, but we're just calling it off season 3 to keep it sort of like that. So basically in this video, I will be um, I'll briefly go over the rules. I'll probably just summarize a lot of them, then go over the format, and then lastly, I will go over the application. I'm not sure about the length of the application. Maybe I think it's shorter than for season 3, but if I'll get into that later. So first, basically we have 4 sections of rules. The first section being general policy. Um, just basically be active in the Discord, be a good person, don't post any pictures that are like that would be rated like mature content. We don't want that in the chat. If there's an issue with another person that's in the chat, take it to PMs. Don't have it in the Skype. Don't have it in the Discord room. Don't have it as like a big whole discussion thing that's just gonna spam people's notifications. Keep those in private messages. And if you have any questions of anything throughout the season, please just PM me on Discord, 681 Shadow. I keep that name on generally everything. Then our second section is the general league rules slash battle rules, and after I go over these rules, I will go over the format. I'll actually go over it right now. After these rules, so the draft will be an open draft, meaning you can draft any Pokemon that we are allowing, and we are allowing every Pokemon from OU and below. I haven't really worked out the exceptions to this yet, but you will be informed of those when draft time comes around. So then you need to have an open draft team of 11 Pokemon. I'll repeat the rule twice. Okay. I guess I gotta change that. I'll leave. By the way, I'll leave this document link in the description below, so you guys can read over the rules yourself as well. And because I will be making some edits, because I do see they need to edit some things, then all battles must take place on Pokemon Showdown in the Ubers or OU tier. The only reason I say Ubers or OU, well, that's for 2 reasons. First, because we may allow some Ubers like Landorus I, for example, and also things like Shadow Tag may be allowed. I haven't really worked those things out yet, but I'll definitely work them out before they will all be worked out before draft day. And also the other reason is that the clauses in Ubers and OU are exactly the same. So even if we don't have any Ubers mons in the format, and we don't and it's just OU and below, then it's the same clauses, so it doesn't really matter if it's Ubers or OU. Then all Pokemon must be level 100 since it is a showdown league. We keep it all level 100 just to make it easier when you're team building, so you don't have to be like, oh, I need to change all these to level 50 now. So then each team is allotted 3 free agencies and 3 trades for the duration of the season. And they will not be allowed, you're not allowed to use them prior to week 1 battles and after the halfway mark of the second phase. I'll go over the phases once I go over the format, which would be week 8. And then, once again, each team may maintain a team of 11 Pokemon with a required Mega Evolution. You actually, this is a later rule. I'm just gonna say it now. You are allowed to trade your Mega. You are allowed to trade or free agent your Mega Pokemon, but you must have 1 Mega Pokemon on your team for the entire season. And you must Mega Evolve on the first turn that your Mega is on the field. However, Mega Sharpedo is exempt, and it must Mega Evolve on the second turn that is on the field. And definitely, this next one is definitely a big rule in my book. Please try not to forfeit mid-match, even if you get salty about the outcome. Just play it out. Just so, because you never know in Pokemon, hacks happens, and even if it looks like you're losing, you could pull out a win somehow. So, and if and if this rule is broken, I will personally deal with it based on the situation. Um, like if someone has like if both sides have one Pokemon left and one person forfeits, I won't re- I'll look into it saying like, okay, what were their chances? If they didn't have a chance to win, I won't do anything about it. I'll just give the winner's Pokemon that was left to kill on on the person's last Pokemon that forfeited. But if they had like a really good chance to win, then I would take measures against take measures against that. But anyone who does forfeit, I will definitely warn them because all these matches should definitely be played out. And now also important one. So stats can be input to the sheet as quickly as possible. All replays must be put into the replays chat room in our Discord server. And if they are not there, I will not count them. Just so we are able to get all of the replays and stats onto the sheet as soon as possible. And once again, let me know if you have any questions. If you see anyone breaking any rules that I discussed here, um, and let me know if I don't notice it. But when I do notice it, I will handle the situation as I see best fit. So now, before we go on to section 3, I just want to go over the format because we did talk about like the format rules and everything like that. It's going to be a bit of an interesting format. I kind of derived the idea from my good friend Joel. He runs a channel called the Token Minorities, and they have a type of tournament 2 times a year for March Madness and for around the end of summer. And so I I kind of took their what is it their format for the qualifier rounds and kind of just made that into its own type of format. Um, so so basically, what will happen is that for phase one, which is the first 6 weeks, you are put into divisions of 4, and you battle each person in your division twice. So you'll have two battles with each of the people in your division, and then the top two records in each division will move up to phase two, which is the next 3 weeks, where um, there's only 2 divisions now, and you play everyone in your division once, and then the top one from that division will go to the final round where it's just one versus one. And I'm kind of debating on this last round whether to make it a just one battle or to make it 2 out of 3, where team changes will definitely be allowed. But that's generally the format. If there's any questions about it, just leave them in the comments below. Should be sure to answer them. So section 3, probably if you're not going to be uploading for this league, you don't have to worry about this. But if you are definitely going to be upload, if you definitely know you can upload for this league, if you do get accepted in the application, then this is a very important section. Uploads are not required, but heavily suggested for this league, especially if you plan to do well. Because, well, first off, I definitely want to give a spot in the regular season to at least the winner, and for CPC season 4 and onwards, we will have an upload requirement for the main league. And now, if you were wondering why I say the main league, I'm not going to make an announcement about it now. But when season 4 comes around, I will make multiple announcements because things will be changing, for sure. And then, so then if you're uploading commentary over your battles on YouTube, this season for season 3 we tried to have like a long description with everyone's links, but there were some issues with with that description, seeing as like the links wouldn't fully show up, which I did definitely find an issue with that. So instead of just having a long link, um, I just say to link your opponent's channel if they have one, of course, the CPC YouTube and the CPC Twitter, which I will provide links to all of those things. They'll most likely be in the description of this video, but I'll also provide it in the Discord. And and Also, please get your battles uploaded on the specific day that is decided for the entire league to upload their battles. There is no time, no specific time on the day, but there will be a specific day. So definitely get it uploaded for there. It's most likely going to be either Sunday or Monday. I'll have to see based on how things will turn out with uploads and such. But that so just and if there's an issue for uploading your battle on for a specific week, if you are uploading, then make sure to PM me. Let me know that it will be late, just so I know. Just so I know that's going to be late, and I don't have to wonder, oh, why is this video not up? Then, if you want to do, these are not required, and I'm pretty sure we will not require these for season 4. If you want to make a team builder showing the team that you made for your matches, they are definitely not required for every match. If you do them, I'm not going to require them for every match because personally, especially in stage 1, in phase 1, where you face each person there twice. In your first 3 battles, you most likely will not want to make a team builder, seeing as some sets could not have been revealed, and you would like to bring them to the next match against that person. So that's just a so that's just the what is it? That's just what you would do in team builder. But you can upload these in one of 2 ways, either in the same video as the battle, so like you do the team builder and then you go to the replay and start commentating on the replay, or you do them in 2 separate videos. And if you're doing the team builder in a separate video, then you would put that video up the day before the battle goes up. And of course, all these things, I'll let you guys know these things when when the time comes in the Discord, if you do get accepted into this off season. And keep your commentary with as little salt as possible, and and basically just clean of salt. So don't have upset commentary. Try to make it as good as calm and as calm as possible, not mad or anything. And if you want to get your battle up, but you just feel really salty about the match and cannot have a salty commentary, then feel free to just upload the match going with music in the background. I had done this for 2 of my CPC battles for season 3, not because of salt. Well, one of them was because of salt, but the other one was just lack of time. And then lastly, not really a rule, but just like something I like for everyone to do. For everyone who's involved, just go subscribe to their channels. They all really appreciate it. And then last but not least, analysts. Now the analyst will only be really we're not gonna have a small analyst team this season with just 5 analysts, I do believe. And there's not really many rules. There's not really many rules. I do have to switch this up a bit. Um, we're gonna have all analysts must stay committed for the entire season, unless of course something in life comes up, because of course real life is more important than the Pokemon draft leagues. I do entirely understand that. So if there's a life reason that you have to drop being an analyst, that is perfectly fine. And then this says only 3 analyst shows, being weekly recap, weekly power rankings, and top plays of the week. However, there may be some changes. We may be bringing back Pick'em Crew, possibly some other things, but those will be worked out with the analyst depending on what they want to do. I usually let them have decent free reign over what they want to do. And if you're going, and if for analysts, if they're going to talk about, well, this goes for analysts, people that handle graphics, and our spectators, which will just be basically season 3 coaches, and and our past coaches. And if you're gonna talk about anything about the league, or like stuff with the analysts, maybe if you have like some ideas with the analysts and stuff like that, keep that in the analyst chat room and out of the general room, just so people don't get flooded with all that kind of stuff. And each analyst will be responsible for recording, editing, and uploading the video to the CPC channel. I will provide to them the login info for this channel so that they can upload it, because I saw that when we were doing the analyst stuff for CPC Season 3, I found that it was a bit of a hassle for all of them to send the videos to me and for me to edit some of them and to get them all uploaded. And lastly, but of course not a rule, for the rules doc, just have fun with this. It is an off season. The format's a bit wacky. We really like the off season to try out some stuff as well as get some new coaches interested in the CPC. It really is going to be a fun time. So now to go on to the application. Let me switch tabs. Here we go. I think this is shorter than for season 3, which is good. You won't really. It's shorter, but I think it's more specific than the last application. And I do think that this that this that this directly helps to deal with some of the problems that some of the minor issues. There were no major issues in season 3, but the minor issues that I had seen throughout season 3. So the first couple of questions are pretty straightforward. Do you have a YouTube channel that you can upload to? If so, please link it here. You can put your channel there. Then was your Discord username, not just your name. It has to be the name and then the hashtag and then, well, I'm saying hashtag because that's like what it's normally called, but like the pound sign or the number sign, whatever you want to call it, and then the digits. So I just put, for example, my username, 681 shadow hashtag 6651. So just put it in like that for whatever numbers you have after your Discord name. Then next is how much Pokemon Draft League experience do you have? So if you have no experience, you can say this will be your first Draft League. If you have some experience, like you can list some of the leagues that you were in. If of course, like if they're minor leagues, I probably won't know them, so listing them probably wouldn't help too much. But like for example, if you were a coach in the National Pokeball League, then you could put that and I would know that you're from a prestigious league such as that one. And your experience if you have no draft league experience, that will not put you down in this application process. Because this could be your first draft league, but you can be an exceptional battler. So, and it also won't raise you up too much either, because you could have a lot of draft league experience, but still not be as good overall as the other people in the application process. But that's not a bad thing, because you can learn, you can get better for sure. So now the next part is to please paste the replay or YouTube video of your best and worst performance in draft leagues within the past few months. I say within the past few months so that it's as accurate is an as accurate representation of your skill as possible. And if you don't have any draft league replays or have not been in a draft league before, then post a replay of you doing well in the Pokemon Showdown ladder. And if you could, I'll probably add that part to the question. If you could tell me what your OU ladder peak is. I'm only saying OU because it is definitely going to be OU and below for this off season. So then, next question is how much will you prioritize the CPC? Now, this is one of those questions that's kind of combating one of the minor issues that I saw, because in CPC season 3, we had a lot of instances of people doing battles the day after the deadline, or maybe even later on, or not getting back to their opponents. So this is something that will really that will probably one of the most this will affect your application probably one of the most out of these questions, because if this is going to be below your secondary league, like if you have a primary league, a secondary league, and then this comes below, then that makes me think that your battles that you're not going to be putting in as much effort into your battles and your team prep, etc. So primary league is definitely a big thing to look for. Secondary league, those are good too, because you're still putting in a good amount of effort to teach your secondary, but not as much as your primary. And then below secondary, of course, I don't really think there's going to be that much effort in it. So the next question is, will you put at least an hour into team preparation, which is building the team, mock battling, etc., like making changes and everything? Will you put at least an hour per match, which is per week, so you can put as much effort as you need to on the team? Because definitely building, mock battling, making changes, mock battling again, that whole cycle will take at least an hour. I'm sure it will. So for that, we just have yes, no, and not sure, because of course people have some busy schedules. So if they're not sure, they can just put not sure. And then, um, will you be available to draft a few days after Thanksgiving in the United States? And our estimated draft start date is November 28th. And if I could just check my calendar really quickly, that is a Monday. That is a Monday. So it'll probably start either it'll either start in the morning or it'll start in the afternoon, depending on my schedule. But I do have a few options here. Yes, you'll be active for all the draft days. It'll probably like our estimated draft is from that Monday, November 28th, to the Saturday. I think it's like the third or something. Yeah, I think it's the third. That would be the draft week. So yes, you'll be active for all the draft days. And option 2 is yes, I'll be relatively active, but will leave picks with people when I'm not there. Then no, I will leave picks with people, but will be active for the season. And then no, you won't be active at all. So once again, this will help to see who can be active, and once again will be a big effect on your application. And of course, on these ones that are and on all these questions, just please be honest, because it's the worst thing when a commissioner like me is going through applications, sees someone who has a really good application, and then once you get them into the season, they just don't. What they're doing is not the same as what they put on the application. So please be honest with these. And so our next question is select allow to apply. What devices can you use Discord on? We have computer, iPhone / Android phones. So it's basically computer, phone, tablet, or another device. And this is just to know how active you can be. So like if you just have it on a computer, then of course it'll probably be just like when you go home, or if it's a laptop where you bring your laptop with you. But if you have it on like a computer, iPhone, and your tablet, then and I'm sure you can be really active and all that kind of good stuff. So we're almost done here. I know this video is getting kind of long, but next up is what time zone are you in? Please specify which country you're in as well, just so we know for battle scheduling. That's really all it's for. And then, can you take losses? Option 1, yes, losses never faze me. Option 2, yes, I get mad at myself for just a few minutes but never salty. Option 3, no, I get salty but I can contain it and won't come out in my recording of the battle if I record it. And lastly, no, I will get salty and can't contain it. This is another big one because it's definitely not a fun time for anyone when someone loses a battle and they get overly salty about it and are like getting upset in chat. Like if they can contain it, then that is fine. And another big one, unless there is a legitimate reason, will you have your matches done by the deadline each week? And of course, if there is a legitimate reason, let me know in PMs on Discord. And then, second to last question, will you be available either before the draft or a couple days after the draft to be interviewed for coach interviews for the CPC channel? And if you don't know, you can just put maybe, and then it's just yes and no. Pretty straightforward question. We're gonna be doing coach interviews. They're really fun for season 3, and I'm gonna be excited to do them again for this season. And our last question: do you commit to following all of the rules presented in the rules document? The document was shown in the application video, which is this video. So the rules I went over just before. If you can agree with those, you can click the first option. If you want to possibly make requests, or if you find a rule to be unjust, you can let me know about it. If you get accepted, you can let me know about it in like personal messages, and maybe we can arrange something. Or just know if you can't follow these rules. But if you can't follow these rules, then you probably won't get accepted. So I just put that there because, of course, you can't just have every option being yes. But anyways, that's it for the application. The application will be in the description below, and the application deadline will be the end of November 12th for, of course, American time. Like if you're in Australia, that is your Sunday morning. That's the morning of the 13th for like if you're in like Australia. But that is it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you're watching this on my channel, go make sure to, because this will be on my channel and the CPC channel, so if you're on my channel, make sure to go check out the CPC channel. We have analyst videos for the first few weeks of CPC Season 3, then they did have to go down. And then if you're watching this on the CPC channel, definitely go make sure to, this is kind of like a bit self-absorbed, but make sure to go check out my channel as well. I do post my I have posted all of my battles for CPC season 3. Well, all the ones that I did, because I did have to forfeit my last 2. But anyways, that's gonna be it. Thank you all for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and show us your hype for the for this off season. The application link will definitely be in the description below. And I will see you all next time.